the higher level legal presentation was amazing. I didn't feel like that we, CERES Global or the La Trobe group, could connect and add value to that, but it was fascinating and great to hear.
One of my favourite places in Seoul is the Cheonggyecheon stream. So it goes from the Gwanghwamun central area of Seoul and sort of winds its way down to the Han River south of the central area for about 13 kilometres. So this was an old irrigation stream back before the Seoul was developed over the 20th century. But in the 1950s and 60s it was paved over with a freeway, so it was a raised level sort of 8-lane road over the top of this creek, and then underneath became kind of a dump site for urban waste and rubbish. So it was really, as a functional ecosystem and waterway, it was completely destroyed. In the early 2000s, the mayor of Seoul at the time, Im Young-bak, who he later went on to become president, instituted an urban greening program, and part of that was to rehabilitate the Cheonggyecheon, where they removed the freeway, planted a whole bunch of trees and plants along the length of the river, and over time that's restored the Cheonggyecheon into a functional waterway. It's a full integrated ecosystem, so there's lots of different plant species, there's loads of big fish in the stream, and now it's a beautiful green space sort of weaving its way through the concrete and steel matrix of the central business area. So when you go down there in summer, for example, you know, the temperature down at stream level is noticeably cooler than up on the street above, where you've got the heat island effect. It's a beautiful social meeting place for people to come and hang out, cool down in the hot summer. You know, it's a nice walkway, so people go jogging along there. There's lots of cultural artefacts that have been embedded on the space. So the stream itself is divided into 4 zones, and they've each got a different cultural theme.
K-Community is not organization, but our first generation, they were all of us were the social democratic campaigner during our school times. So in our university time, in that time, Korea was dictated by the dictatorship. Everybody want to society get back, society to be democratic society.
Tuning Chem at KFM was amazing. I think that was real grassroots. It was a classic CERES vibe, you know, hot office, busy people, you know, doing it, a lot of passion in the office, and a lot of people doing really good things for a good reason. And she told the story of the recent protests and the toppling of the government of the time and what that felt like, and what the consistent number of people in the square over a number of nights, and then a recognition that a certain percentage of the population on the streets equals revolution, and the fluidity of just suddenly 30% people on the street, revolution, leader steps down. I was like, whoa, that's really interesting. I'd never seen that. Didn't know that there was a critical mass number that just sort of switched them over. So huge celebration and success for that grassroots undercurrent. The bird sanctuary, I pulled out of that. I was a bit weirded out by that whole scenario, so I won't talk about that.
So the study showed that around 60% of the intertidal mudflats has disappeared over the last 6 decades. So in this installation illustration Flyway, we have around 50 million individuals, over 200 migratory waterbird species. Compared to other flyways, we have the highest number of globally threatened species.